This video will demonstrate how to load the automatic document tray. It's a fairly straightforward process, and this video will share some extra tips. The system is already loaded with automatic document trays. As you can see, there is a faint line. This off-color line includes 3 dots. It helps the customer identify the maximum fill level. The lower that indicates the tray is nearly full. Let's zoom in for a closer look. That off-color line is your visual indicator for how high you can fill the tray. Now, let's remove one of the trays to show a few of its features. First, the trays hinge and move side to side. Here's a zoomed-in view. Note how they hinge to allow easy loading and unloading. A common mistake new technicians make is closing the tray and loading paper without checking alignment. In the zoomed-in view, you'll notice the paper isn't touching the pickup rollers. Let's zoom in some more. There's your pickup roller. It's not making contact with the paper. If you're not paying attention, this can be missed. To avoid this, hinge the tray open. Push the paper all the way to the back. You might hear it click into place. Then hinge the tray closed. Now the pickup tire is touching the paper. It seems simple, but many new technicians overlook this. This is sometimes realized too late, which is why we want to emphasize this clearly. Next, let's switch camera angles so we can view the back of the document tray. For this demonstration, we're going to remove the document tray. There's a small blue knurled nut. Loosen it to adjust the side guides for different materials. When setting up a new tray, it is recommended to use a small stack of paper for rigidity. Place it in the tray and give it a few taps. This helps align the paper side to side. Make sure the side guides are properly spaced. Then push the paper by hand. It should slide out easily. To insert the trays, push them under the pickup tires and bracket. These should slide in smoothly. Here is the bracket under the tray. The paper must go under both the tires and the bracket. Let's show a close-up of how to load the paper, which is also very straightforward. Use the visual marker as a guide to see how much paper you can load. At this angle, you can see the paper can't be pushed in any further. It's hitting the bracket. Remove a small amount of paper, then push it in again. That's your maximum fill. The tires are already at full throw. As we zoom in, you should now see the markings on the document tray. The little circles indicate the maximum fill level. This is your chance to remove any damaged paper. If it's not a reading job or just sales flyers, consider reprinting. The goal is to load clean, undamaged paper that's neatly stacked. Here's a field trick. Shuffle the paper before loading. It's similar to jogging the paper. Take the stack and thumb through it. You can also slap it on your knee to reduce static. Then load it into the document tray as usual. The DS-64i also includes a half tray. Loading it works the same way. The knurled nut is the same, though it looks a bit different. It's smoother and rounder. To open and close the tray, use the lever. Take the half tray, set the side guides, and load it just like before. Follow along for demonstration of this procedure. In this example, we will be using buck slips. Place them in the tray. Tap them into place. Tighten the knurled nut. Set the tray into the lower feeder. Turn the knob away from the machine. Switching angles, we will move stations so you can see this simple process better. For first-time users, it is important to understand how to properly load the machine. There will be a small knob. Turn it away from the machine. This lifts the tray and ensures the paper is under the pickup rollers. If not, it's not a disaster because production will stop, but you can reload and continue. Load the buck slips a second time until it touches the backstop and close the bracket. This concludes the demonstration on loading the automatic document tray.